again. I'm gonna try give another go at this Bastion because, well, yeah, I need to redo my splits anyways, and the last one was just pure hell. So story, okay, plus and continue.
I'll see you in the next one. Proper story is supposed to start at the beginning. Ain't so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky. He gets up, sets off for the Bastion, where everyone agreed to go in case of trouble.
Started too early.
Ground forms up under his feet as it pointing the way. He don't stop to wonder why. Finds his lifelong friend just lying in the road. Well, it's a touching reunion. He sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. In the calamity that is survived.
But that didn't start well.
Oh, ma'am. It's a gas fella, forced out from underground.
Oh, this time I'll remember to take that. This last time I didn't.
Gotta hold her still to spin up the chamber. Kid's worked up quite a thirst by now, so that fountain looks real inviting. Sometimes you just need a drink.
That doesn't count.
A school of squirts tunnels up around them. Must have fled here from the mines.
Yeah. A bit better start. Yeah.
He sets foot inside one of Celandia's famous watering holes. Wait, haven't I? Anyway, Rhonda's place just brings back memories. Then kid finds his trusty shield. The security takes him for a petty thief. Special delivery. Gas fellas. Windbags start turning up for last call.
Yay. Smash them to pieces.
More squirts start coming out of the woodwork. A big old fella pops out in front of the kid.
Oh, what am I doing? Come on.
Kid sees the way to the Bastion out the window.
Good. Now I remember.
He gets a good look at things on his way down. He lands on top of a breaker's bow, and it ain't broke.
Now let's try not to fall
Good
down
news is
this
the
time.
emergency defense is still working. Bad news is they're aiming for the kid.
Falling down is always bad.
He finds the distillery, right next to the arsenal. Tough part of town. One sip of the spirits in that distillery, and the kid'll feel
No,
like
I
a
wasn't
new
meaning to
man.
take that. Bastion bourbon, where whiskey. I'll need that. Black rye. Whale ale. Stab synth. Full brandy. Life wine and champagne.
The arsenal's where the kid can pick the best tools for the job.
Yeah. I'm using a bit weird.
Some of them squirts birthing like crazy in a couple of corn bins.
Weird, I could have actually gone without that one. Yeah, I probably could have gone without that one.
And then he falls to his death. I'm just fooling.
I'm too lazy to shoot at anything.
Takes a chunk of alloy, smell it barley and spoiled blueberries fills the air. Scumbags. Kid maybe shouldn't have done what he just did. Kid puts him out of his misery.
What?
Robs
Oh
a
my.
scumbag of his last meal. He finds the core to the wharf district. He steals the city's heart. Might as well. See, that
I don't
core
actually
you took
know.
is the only thing making this particular rock stay afloat. The place is starting to fall. Well, down he goes. Down toward the Bastion. Now the kid sees something stranger still. His mind races. Did anybody
Let's
else
see.
survive? Sure enough, he finds another. He finds me.
No, it
Just
shouldn't
like
matter
that,
what one.
the Bastion comes alive. Starts growing again. Growing stronger. Kid's gotta put its power to good use. Now the Bastion can send him even farther into the wild unknown. Kid ponders what to build. Kid don't know what's out there waiting for him.
Work reward, right? Yes. Let's hope this goes a bit better than last time.
Now he lands at the intersection between bad and wrong.
The work reward didn't go bad last time. It was
Ought to be
everything
a core
else.
down one of these twisted streets. But which one? And there it is. But it's locked down tight in an alloy cage. A blustery old foreman is keeping his fellas in check. And now there's a new marshal in town. He hears the whole place growing.
Ah.
But it's too tough.
Yeah, I think it went worse this time.
Might as well check the other side streets before leaving this hole.
Yeah, I think it
Comes
went
back,
worse this
just
time.
like I knew he would. The core hums in his pack. The monument's calling for it. Kid does it again. Only fair he decides what we build next.
Doesn't matter.
Picked up traces of other cores while the kid was out.
Okay, which one was I supposed to do? Work reward was done, so I was supposed to go to the melting pot. Yes. I think. I keep forgetting where I'm supposed to go. Which is not great.
In better days, the melting pot was sealed tighter than the skin on a squirt.
Because I keep doing Sundown Path and the melting pot the wrong way around.
Of
And
all
it
the
doesn't
plans to survive the calamity,
it doesn't matter
had
as
to be
such,
stab
but that
leads.
screws
If
my
there's a core, he
splits.
figures it ought to be deeper down. He throws a switch. Now what could possibly go wrong? Quite a bit, as it turns out. The cage starts lifting from the core ever so slow. All Kid can do is wait. Shipments start falling in. Not every squirt's born bad. Some spring to the kid's defense. Judging by the movement of the cage, it's gonna take a little while.
I'm just rolling around. I guess in theory I could just lie down and wait, but
Scumbags don't take kindly to interlopers. Even some gas fellas take his corner. Heard he popped that mean old foreman.
come
At this
on.
rate, maybe 5 more minutes, maybe 30. Hard to tell. Squirts get real territorial around the core. Then a shipment of free samples shows up. One thing's for sure, that cage is awful heavy.
Come on. Do I have something left somewhere? Nope.
It's a troublesome scene to be sure.
I keep missing some of these.
A few moments left, and the core goes free. 10, 9, 8, 7. We give or take a few seconds. Finally, the core's within reach. And done. He's got it. Just gotta get to the nearest barge.
Yay! Melting pot done.
I still remember the look on his face after that one. The old world's finished, but the new world's just getting started.
Sundown path.
Couples used to walk the sundown path. Kid ain't here for pleasure though. But then, somebody gets to the core before the kid. The floor starts giving way under the lightest step. The single panic squirt could bring the whole place down.
I keep being careful because, like, if I roll over, it's bad.
Visitors no more. See, the path was intended for leisurely strolling and such. Sky bridges link the path together.
Hey.
One of them bridges whips the kid along. Air travel always was an iffy proposition, but Calamity changed everything. Even when the wind blows. Well, if we mastered the winds in the old days, we can do it again. Who else could have taken
Ah!
the
Not like that. That sucks.
Well, ain't no survivor stole the thing. Scumbag ate it by mistake. No, they used to ship live munitions down the path. Find time to find them. He's wise to toss those things plenty far away. Even gas fellas need some shut-eye from time to time. They get real cranky when you wake them up. In all this toil, Kid keeps coming back to an overwhelming question.
Look.
Who else could have survived the calamity?
Oh. Hanging Gardens next, and I think that's...
So he didn't find a core that time, but that ain't about to stop us.
Hanging Gardens. I'm doing way better on time than last time.
The dead ain't gotta worry about this mess. The calamity took everybody after all. Kid sees it plain, frozen faces all around. You don't much care to see him. Not like this. These folks never saw the calamity coming, but someone did. Someone close. It was someone like him.
Yeah,
Something so familiar about that man. It's a snag or two trying to get to him. He ain't about to stop, no matter what. He's got so many questions after all.
Oh, I forgot to change the granite away.
Just ain't
Oh
got
my
time for
gosh.
answers. The Thunder Brothers
That's
didn't
not
make
good.
it. They never saw what it was like beyond the walls. Nordy, the bird boy, didn't make it. Grady Sr., Grady Jr., they didn't make it. But him, he survived.
Oh my.
Just think,
This is
without
scary.
that man, we wouldn't be here right now. would we?
Okay, this is slowing me down a lot because I honestly.
And then, what do you say to a man who's seen
Honestly,
too
that
much?
grenade
Kid
that
hasn't a
screwed
clue.
my level over.
But he says this. We have to go. Please.
Can't do that with a grenade.
He's a proper gentleman, that man. His
I
name
need to
is
remember
Salt.
to switch that grenade away now.
No hiding he's an Ura. Folks like him ain't never been a common sight in Celandia. He's relieved to see a living face or two. The kid and I introduce ourselves in kind. Both to him and to each other for the first time. The Bastion's a place of peace, but we can hold our own if we have to.
Yay!
Of course. Remember, that's why this place is coming together. That's why things are gonna be alright. Well, look what we have here. We tracked down a couple more cores near the edge of the city.
Oh, which was Cinderbrick first? Fort first. Yep. We keep doing this the wrong way. I nearly always take Fifth Orchard.
There's only one way.
I don't know
to
if it like
Cinderbrick
time-wise matters, but still it's gonna screw
the
my.
hard way. Sure, the city marshals may be gone, but now the fort's crawling with windbags. The calamity is mercy for normal folks.
Don't do that. Why you roll so bad, kid? Why you roll so bad?
Well, windbags, young and old, keep fighting for the fort. Windbags ain't much different from normal folks. All they want's a warm place to stay and a decent meal. A lot of them wound up here in this very fort.
Oh, I didn't hit
Cinderbrick
it.
gave them enough heat and metal to munch on for a while. Well, the fort ain't theirs by right. Can't blame them for wanting it, though.
Now, if I don't drop here this time, that would be awesome.
Security's plain gone haywire. Windbags gummed up the works. Kid ain't afraid of getting burned. They trapped the kid in the middle of the fort's parade grounds.
Come on. Okay, no. Fine.
Then they bring out Glutus and Glandon and all their scumbag uncles. The uncles go out with a whimper. They got something to gain, and only their sorry hides to lose.
Go, go. Oh, one more. What? Did I still miss something?
The windbags finally get the message. The Skyway's a welcome sight.
Oh my
after all
gosh, that was bad.
that. And now ain't nothing left for nobody down at Cinderbrick Fort.
That was so bad.
Kid shows up just as Ulf's telling me about his own journey to the city. Zolf's travels ain't much compared to what the kids had to go through for all this.
Fifth Orchard flight. Oh,
The gods.
this is
They're
usually
all
pretty good for
undone.
me. Okay.
Death
Oh,
Orchard.
if I
Place
don't
dead
do
end
that.
in more ways than one. Folks used to make pilgrimage here to pay their respects to Pith, the bull. Well, the gods are long gone now. And the Orchard core is long gone too. In time, though, the bull stopped being a symbol and started being decoration. Pith makes a decent scarecrow at least. Then Pith lights up like a rodeo. So what'll it be? Invoke the gods? Or tell them off? Kid don't need favors from the likes of Pith. Popping windbags is hard enough. The gods can make it even harder. Well, if the gods are alive, they must be plenty sore. The gods ain't gonna
No, don't do that. And here I got to say this was okay for me this
Kid
level.
ain't found the core, but at least he found Zolf's precious shrine.
Here I got to say Pith Orthid is good. Nope. And I do the lazy Langster River. I'm just too lazy to kill shit.
The Langston River flowed free and wild till the calamity drank it all up. Maybe all that water just grew wings and flew off. Riverbanks swarming with windbags. They're so bent on finding the core they hardly notice the kid. Lucky for him, a certain famous ferry barge is still afloat.
Why did I press the switch?
Weepin' Nelly. Kid almost falls again. She sends some squirts crying home as she leaves port. Maybe Nelly knows the way to the core. Maybe she can slip right past all the clamor on the coast.
I really
Or
am
maybe
too lazy
not.
to kill everything.
The security skiff pulls up portside.
And I have a recording of
Nelly's
this
just
also,
another windbag
so
of
that
those
should be a
guns.
bit better than the stream quality. I need to fix it later, but I don't know
Just
why
then,
is
the windbags
why is-
notice who she's sailing with.
why it is lagging that much.
They try to cut her off. They try to slow her down. They try to knock her out.
Nope. Not gonna happen. Okay.
Well, Weepin' Nelly tries harder.
Well, after this
Try as she
it's
might, though. She hits a snag.
is oh yeah, don't do
Kid's gotta
that.
help her get untangled. Favors for favors. At least she picked a good spot for a break. Cool,
Always
right
the wrong
there.
way.
Then the kid hears an unusual sound, like 100 flapping wings. They have their own eyes on the core. But why? He finds Weepin' Nelly raring to go. Turns out she's got a special surprise for when the waters get rough. Traffic think they're king of the roost now.
3 black
Rest of us only
bourbons.
wish we could fly in times like these.
Yeah, I think I can do it with 3. If the birds don't dodge again, like I still think I'm going to be a bit away from that sub 1 hour that I wanted,
Security skiffs keep on coming starboard side.
because the thing is
Don't
that
seem to care what they shoot.
there's
as long as they
Prosper
hit something.
Bluff where I keep dropping. I keep dropping a lot on Prosper Bluff. And we still have a couple
Windbags
other
get an even better idea.
places that I hate.
They don't know the kid's just trying to help. Or maybe they don't care.
Hey. Stop that. I got bored.
Well, it all proves too much for poor Nellie. She's just gotta make one last stop. With her last breath, Nellie gets the kid to solid ground. Solid ground in Pecker country. They want that core real bad. Seems the Calamity ain't hurt the Peckers' appetites. Kid shoos them off, knowing they'll be back. 5 times. Now, listen close. You should remember this next part.
Only 5. Usually it's 8 or 9. Thanks for
Why
counting.
go to Prosper Bluff? Used to take an enterprising man or a plain old fool to venture out that far.
Yeah,
The city was the
I'm
most
too slow
beautiful
to
place in the world. We all
roll
knew
back
that.
these.
But on the other hand, some folks just yearn to see the things they're told they can't. And that's why you go to Prosper Bluff, ain't it? There the kid hears something he ain't heard in a long while.
Some of these gates I could roll through.
How's it go again?
But it's just faster for me to actually roll and try not to drop.
That's the one. Timeless.
When I say faster, I don't mean like this. This isn't... This doesn't even seem fast. I need to be really careful here. And stop rolling against things. Did I already passed that one skip? Nope. Okay, and this is why Prosper Bluff takes ages. I can't get. Nope. Yep, not gonna work. Hold on. Okay, not gonna get that skip. There's a skip I can't make. It's like 1 time out of 12 that I get that. Oh, still that one.
Well, no point explaining what happens next, right? Suffice it to say, kid ain't coming home empty-handed. And besides, it's like the song goes. They'll be here before too long.
My Prosper Bluff sucks.
We darn near celebrated when the kid got back, didn't we? Zolf never thought he'd see a fellow her again. We become fast friends. Calamity has that effect on people. But there was more to be done. There was one last core to find. Kid's surprised when I tell him there's only one core left. I shouldn't have believed it either. We tracked the final core beyond the city to the wilds.
28.
The wild unknown.
7.
Place can eat a man alive. Place is so raw, even the Calamity couldn't cook it. Not all of it. Kid learns the hard way not to touch those things. Pecker's got the core, like they're building a bastion of their own. The welcoming committee scrambles to attention. Didn't expect the kid so soon. They shouldn't have let the guard down. Getting that core was one thing. Getting out's gonna be another. He digs his way out of the clearing, but the wilds won't let him go without a fight. Wallflowers survive the calamity. Kid's roused up half the wilds by now. Then Kid gets the feeling he's being watched. He's anxious to get back. After all, he's got the final core. His journey's over, right? Well, no, it ain't. Not by
Well, I did better
shot.
than last time. I didn't roll to the wrong direction there. So that's always a start.
Kid knows
I
something's
think.
up when we ain't there to give a warm welcome. See, Zolf and I were just wrapping up a heated discussion. Zolf can barely muster the word.
And again, I can't feel my
The
leg.
calamity failed, he says.
Why am I sitting
But
on
I
top
will
of it?
not. And with that, Zolf leaves us here, alone. Zolf banged up the monument pretty bad. But there's a way to put her back together. The shards. We're gonna need all of them to nurse the Bastion back to health.
And just as block. I'm doing like 10 minutes,
After Zolf's
5
little episode,
to 10
Kid
minutes better
sets
than
off in
last
search
time.
of shards. First stop,
So I should get close to that
bog.
hour.
You'll get lost in that bog, I told the kid, and I won't be able
I
to
saved
guide you
some
back.
time on the Prosper Bluff.
Well, I let him go. What else could I do? What could any of us do? Zolf put us in a real bind. Hurt the Bastion bad. But the shards can make it better. They're like smaller doses of the core's medicine. Shame the only place to fill that prescription is out here in the
Let's
wilds.
see.
This place is intoxicating.
It would be nice to get proper splits this time so I can actually like compare my. Why did I?
Don't know where he's gone.
Oh fuck.
Might be gone for good for all I know.
So much for proper splits, and I don't have the
Wherever he
key
is,
to get them back.
somewhere I've never been. Somewhere I never want to go.
One, 2, 3. And there should be the siren.
The dead welcome him with open arms. Kid pops him good. That a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a lonesome ghost of a gas fella.
Yeah, next
What do
one.
you say to a kid who's seen too much?
Next one and final one.
I'm Zolf.
I don't need to come.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. Now the kid sees something stranger still. Sure enough, he finds beggars, lunkheads, wallflowers, pincushions, pineapples, swamp weeds, ankle gaiters. Kid sets foot inside one of Ceylondia's famous watering holes. The security's just meant to scrape them out.
What did I miss?
Would you look at what he did to poor old Ronde the bartender? Kid
Oh, well.
succeeds where the calamity failed. It's so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world's alright, snoozing there on a rock in the sky. He wakes up. I'm just fooling. He sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. He sees what's left of Pith, the bull. He sees what's left of his lifelong friend. His friend, he's come undone too. He sees what's left undone.
I don't understand why the kid goes to rest next to the mattress.
Near lost my train of thought just thinking about that place. The shard ain't lost either. Not anymore. Now to find a ticket out of this hole. You ever heard of a lung blossom? It's bigger than the stories say. They say one whiff of lung blossom can make you lose your mind.
One more. Come on. Thank you.
Mother only knows what happened in the bog. Kid never much cared to speak of it.
And now I should split it. But it's too bad.
A shard is like a poor man's core, but beggars can't be choosers. That's it. A few more shards like that, and we'll be back in business. A single shard can breathe new life into this place. The shard's got enough juice to spruce up any of these places. The city tried to use the shards to stake out the wilds.
No, it's just like
So much for that plan. Ankle gators used to roam the wilds, and they nested a ruthless
So let's see, there's 2 skips.
Many a tale folks used to scare their children straight
That
originated
will
here.
start well.
All kinds of beasts what don't know up from down still lurking
That
about.
really didn't start well.
Even the brushers learned to fear this place. They used to think that ankle gators were extinct. Well, they ain't. Turns out Queen Anne got a hold of a shard. Ankle gators love shiny things. Can't fight Queen Anne without the proper tools. The brushers use their pikes to keep their distance around here.
Nope.
Now the kid can do the same.
Nope.
Can't get
Not
hasty in a
even
place like
close.
this. Queenie leads the kid into some kind of twisted trap. Sharp sticks make Queen Anne
Not
nervous,
even
so she
close.
backs off a bit. One bad step in that tall grass and he's Queen Anne's lunch. The Queen's got one mean bite. He holds his ground. Seems the Queen's running out of options. The closer you get to an ankle gator's lair, the thicker the tall grass grows. Kid's gotta make a run for it.
Oh, come on.
Those leaping lunkheads don't like Queen Anne any better than the kid. That old gator's right on his tail.
Nope. Fuck. Okay, these splits are not going well. Where's the lunkhead? I guess there.
Queenie must have scared a bunch of peckers out of hiding.
This is what has to.
Wanna know how to find an ankle gator lair? You use a kid as bait. He's got it, and now to finish her off. The shard's sitting in plain view. Now she's coming for him. She's got nowhere else to go. She's starting to get annoyed. They say if you run across an ankle gator, you better keep running. Rest in peace, Queen Anne.
4,
That
not
was
too
for
bad.
the brushers. Kids done what needed to be done.
If I go there with rare whiskey active, I get it sometimes with
Queen
2.
Anne's reign is over.
Usually I drop
We've
into
got a
rare
crown
whiskey
jewel.
for 3, but
All that trouble for a single shot.
4 isn't worst
But you
I've
know
done.
what? It was worth it. Just the occasion to crack open the distillery's private reserve. The next shard should be farther out there in the wilds.
Point Lemaine, shoot me.
Know how
Seriously, shoot
Celandia
me.
became the richest city in the world? 2 words. Point Lemaine. If the wilds could ever be tamed, it was gonna happen right here.
Good.
Whole place shudders in a fit.
Better than last time.
The Grand
That's the
Rail
one
of Point
consistent
Lemaine.
skip I
Not
make.
only is it still
Well,
there, it still
semi-consistent.
works. Of course, it's no longer shipping hides and alloys and spices. The Army's triggers once had the place on lockdown, but it can give the kid a lift. Just as long as he can stay clear of the trouble on the tracks.
Because everyone loves themselves an auto-scroller. Nope.
Grand Rail's all grown over with things the Calamity chewed up and spat out. Things eager to take back their turf. Kid lets a few of them slip by. Takes fancy footwork on the rail, what with wallflowers and coughing fungus everywhere.
Yay.
Of course, the Grand Rail's seen much more fighting in bygone times. The Celandian War, 50 years ago, doomed to happen again. It was right here that Zulf's forefathers decided to mix it up. Okay, so maybe we didn't get their sign-off on the whole Grand Rail thing. The rail must have shook the to the bone down to those
Okay, I'm doing a bit better than
That
last
was
time.
bad. Well, the rail won't
As
last
much better
longer
as you
now
can
the
do
kid
on an
took the
auto-scroller.
shot. It's still got one good run in store for him, though. All the rotten wood there on the rails turned it into swamp weed central. Ever tried dancing side to side while holding your breath?
I mean, seriously. Why do we need
While choking on
auto-scrollers?
swamp weed? While Pecker's trying to prick you in the eye? Well, let me tell you, it ain't fun.
Let's take that. Oh.
But then, at last, it's the end of the line. He'll be picking swamp weed out of those boots for days.
Come on, let go already.
Turns out he's got company up at the rail station, waiting for him. Not just another wallflower or pincushion, mind you. At first, he thinks it's Zulf.
Yeah, I know you can roll
This
through that.
is for you,
I keep
says the
forgetting.
man. Then wham.
Let's Point Lemaine.
When the kid comes to, the man's long gone. But something else is there.
Oh, fudge, forgot to take that. Oopsie. Yeah, so much for the descent
The only
for
words the
me.
kid recognizes on that parchment are force here. Well, what's a kid to do? He took the shot. He took the
Really,
hit.
so
And
much
he
for
took that
me.
note.
Doing okay on
That
Point
note
Lemaine.
cuts straight to the heart of things, don't it? It ain't too late to unlock the potential of this place. The memorial may be finished, but our part is far from over.
So, call for the cauldron? Yes.
Not everything blew up in the calamity. Why, Colford Cauldron here blew up way ahead of its time. The cauldron boiled over some 300 years ago. They say it filled the skies with ash and the lakes with molten rock. If you wanted to survive something like that, you had to learn to adapt.
Okay.
It takes a certain stubborn pride to keep on living in a place like this. As for us, we learned an awful lot from Colford Cauldron. Sure, we dusted off a good many secrets out here, but we discovered other things we're better off not knowing. The taste of air so hot it sticks to your lungs.
That way.
All sorts of awful things crawling underfoot. Place as inhospitable as they come. After all, when we look down inside Colford Cauldron, we saw in there the heart of the world. The heart laid there by the calamity.
Why did I heal? Because I could.
As for the kid, he just has to get that shard out of there. Too bad taking that thing woke up every last stink eye from here to Charleston Bog. The biggest stink eye he's ever seen's waiting for him on the other side. And where there's one stink eye, there's always more. The cauldron's tenants all gather up to bid the kid a fond farewell.
Okay, yeah,
With a
I
good
got.
spyglass, you can still see the cauldron from the city, but all the fire has died out.
Not too
There's
bad.
nothing left of it. It comes back looking like the inside of a chimney. The shard works like a charm. You can hear the monument's heartbeat again. Seems the gods recommended this place to all their friends. We spotted a pecker carrying a shard to Mount Zan.
Yep. I don't think I was that good at
Can't
trying.
rightly call Mount Zan a mountain anymore. There's no more mountains now. There's no place left for the beasts of the wild to go. The creatures of the wild, they've been building a bastion of their own. Best thing we can do for those beasts right now is put them down, quick and clean. Look at it this way. It's either them or us. But if we win, they win too. Our bastion is everybody's gain. Not just ours. Those beasts been hard at work fixing up the place. Maybe they've thought about turning back, just like we have. We just really need their shard. Kid got it fair and square. He's done what's best for him, don't you worry.
Yep.
Don't you worry.
We're so boring.
We'll all be better off once the bastion is complete. The monument's getting better. Zolf sure did a number on it, though.
Roll.
We need an awful big lost and found under the circumstances.
Just to stop him from talking, which is always good.
Imagine everything you'd need to build a city like Zealandia.
Okay, Burstone
It
Quarry
takes hard
is
work and planning,
one of my
and it
worst.
also takes Burstone Quarry. We bought the whole place from the Ura on the cheap. Same goes for its natives, Rattletails.
And this is the reason why, because I keep rolling off from the edges.
Quarry came with a lifetime supply of windbags.
I don't wanna.
Windbags smaller than the naked eye can see are nested in the rocks.
We're going wrong way.
Not only are these rocks a source of life, we found that the oldest ones remember things. They're recording everything, all the time, taking it all in. No wonder all those beasts were drawn to the quarry. The rocks were calling them, Keeping the quarry free from pests turned out to be a problem.
I really need to focus
Now,
on this
why
level.
would the Ura sell off such a fascinating place? Might be the gods
Wrong
told
way.
the quarry's
Nope,
bad
right way.
news. In any case, it's fair to say the quarry was a godsend. Those rocks, all polished to a
This
pure
is my
sheen,
worst.
The largest ones, you know as cores. A single
Worst
core could keep the lights on in an entire
level
city district.
ever for me.
The smaller ones, we call them shards.
And no, I can't get
Remember
the
how I
quick
said
kill.
rattletails ain't the worst thing in the quarry? That honor goes to a beast we took to Colin, Sir Lunky. Massive things stomped many of our boys.
Nope.
We just couldn't get rid of him. The only thing
Yay!
harder than the rocks Burstone Quarry is Sir Lunky's head. We never could get stubborn old Lunky to leave the quarry alone. Then the kid hears a voice calling from down the hall. Are you alright? It says.
Yay, nearly the quick kill on Lunky. Which is like the first time ever.
We talk for a spell.
Come on.
Kid hears him, but he ain't about to be deterred.
No, I don't want to talk to him. I want to take the shard.
If that's the way it is, he says, then I won't stop you. Because my countrymen will. The next part's hard to talk about, no matter how many times I try.
So, Zenda Gate is the next one.
Say what you will about Zulf, but he's a man of his word. His countrymen don't much care for pleasantries, though. They got inside the Bastion and shut the door. Kids gotta go in through the back. Zulf showed them the way here, and here they came to take revenge. Unfortunately, they broke in, and they started digging their holes. Something wrong sprung out of those holes, and it's eating away at this place.
Always keep.
I couldn't stop them alone. I ain't a kid no more.
Where's the last one? There. Oh, was that the last one? Nope. Oh, come on.
No way out of this. Not without a fight. Somehow, some way, he sends those Ura packing. Problem is, it didn't matter. Zulf's plan worked. We find each other as the dust settles. Then I tell him why the Ura came. To get us back. For the calamity. It was Ceylandia's master plan.
I buy sub 1
to
hour.
wipe the Ura out. But part of that plan backfired, didn't it? If only Zulf knew the whole story. The shards can put this disease in remission, but there's only one cure. We need to finish what we started. Ain't saying much, but that's the greatest forge in all the city.
Yeah. There. Zenda Gate.
One last shard. It's all we need to put this mess behind us. And mother, what a mess it is. A mess like that could have only been made by hand. Zulf said the calamity failed, and he's right. The Ura stand as living proof after that. At the heart of the calamity was a simple idea. We sought solutions far beyond the city. We never wanted to go to war again.
Oh,
Wanted to pull it out.
Shootsies.
Most of our efforts didn't bear fruit. Then there was a breakthrough, but it didn't come from one of our people. It came from an Ura, a brilliant young scientist named Ven. Ven worked for the Mancers, the sharpest knives in the city's drawer. With his help, the Mancers devised a way to seal the Ura tunnels shut in a flash. Just like that, every last Ura living in the Tassel terminals will be gone. This discovery was never to be used, they said, except as a last resort. But Ven didn't like being manipulated. He had plans of his own. He sabotaged the Mancer's little science project, set it to blow up in their faces. But remember, the Bastion can fix everything. We just need that shard. Too bad the Ura ain't exactly been willing to collaborate on that front. It's strange. Feels like I told this part 1,000 times. First things first, though.
Done.
There's someone we figured needed rescuing. Zia.
It went better than last time also.
The Ura fell back, no doubt planning the next move. But we knew ours already. There's something we had to do before going after that last shard.
Sultan's Hollow and Zia, and then I have the Tassal terminals.
Well, now it's personal, ain't it?
Sultan's Hollow usually takes me a bit.
It's personal for him, and it's personal for me. They got their own security and everything. Pretty fancy, even. They've got these conductors that are all what's keeping the place together. Well, the Ura must be in a panic right about now. They even sick their little rattletail pets on the kid. By now, every Ura from here to the terminals must know he's in town. Most of the Ura's conductors are squared away in the middle of the hollow. Those calamity rocks must be eating that place apart from the inside. The Ura keep hanging on to that barricade. After all, their homeland's not much fun.
I might be killing extras actually.
Maybe they know
I'm not
they
sure.
Lost to a kid. They underestimated us. Had us pegged all wrong. Yes, our people caused the calamity, but here we are trying to fix it.
Oops.
As the hour grows desperate, the Ura bring out their big guns. There's nothing standing in his way no more. Way out there on the edge of the world. That's where he finally finds you. But it ain't like Prosper Bluff this time. Ain't nothing for this gal to sing about now. Zia, you weren't kidnapped. No, ma'am. You just had to see what happened to the Ura. To your own people.
That's Sultan's Hollow, and then we have the Tassal terminals.
You had to see if everything
that
was
was a decent Tassal. Sultan's Hollow for me.
Once the kid gets that last shard from Zolf, it'll all be over.
So yeah, 105, 106.
I can't hear him at all anymore. He's too far away.
If I would take the
But
ball.
he'll be alright. The calamity hit the Tassel terminals hardest of all.
I'm a bit bad with the ball.
You know why Zolf went back there. Zolf must be there all alone, just waiting. All his old friends and family were there. You know what's funny? Look around. There's not much left to do here in the Bastion, I'm afraid. So why not tell each other stories to pass the time, right? When the kid brings back that shard, the Bastion will be complete. Caelondia will be whole again. Problem is, we'll all be gone.
Oh, there goes my 1 hour mark. Bye bye. Oh my gosh.
Oh, we're not gonna die. It's more like all of this will just stop. Things will go back to the way they used to be. This whole place is a living record of the times before the calamity.
Probably.
You be your old self again. Think of all those times that didn't go your way. You follow me?
Oops.
All of life's little setbacks. Imagine if you could have another go at them. No mistakes. Anyone you've ever hurt. Everything you've ever done, you could do it over. And wouldn't that be grand? I guess there's nothing more to say. Who am I kidding?
Oh, that nearly screwed that up.
Look. There's something else. A confession. How come I know so much about the Bastion? Well, I designed the place. But that's beside the point.
Oh no. My strength
There's one problem with a
froze,
place that
and
sets
that
things
cat
back
is
to a
bugging
bygone
me.
time. You can't test it. So you're probably wondering if the calamity happened already. What's to stop it from happening again after the Bastion does its thing? The answer is, I don't know.
I keep dropping too much, and there's a couple of skips I don't get, so...
You're wondering if there ain't some other way out of this mess. It's alright. I can tell. But why would you even want another way? Unless you wanted to stay here with us.
Yeah, you... Yeah, jumpsy through that gatesy. Come on.
Well, that's sweet and all, but I don't know if I can stick around.
Oh my god. Fine, should have hit the switch.
The weight of the calamity. It's on our shoulders. We can't just let it go. Bastion does have another function, strictly speaking.
Always takes ages to slam this thing.
Of course, that would mean No going back. Ever. But then again, that way all of us could leave the city. Together. You know Zolf and his country.
I can't dissolve terminals by
fight, don't you?
mistake. Yeah, I'm taking new splits.
Zolf and the Ura. All they want now is to see the Bastion fall. Zolf dedicated his life to a lasting peace between the Ura and Zealandia. Zolf ain't lost every shred of decency though, has he? He tried to warn you about his plans. He tried to warn the kid.
This is the most annoying part I have in this whole game because I can use one more of those.
For Zolf, this ain't a personal matter. It ain't a simple matter of pride either. One thing's for sure, the Ura can't be happy that the kid followed Zolf all the way home.
Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna save Zolf again. Not like I'm getting any better time.
I can see it now. The kid in one corner, and Zolf in the other. Ain't much of a fight. Don't you worry though. Once the Bastion's restored, it'll all be alright.
That bad for this. I mean,
Although,
yeah, I made silly mistakes, but I shaved like 5 minutes of my
guess I'm
time.
beginning to have my doubts.
Which means, I mean, I didn't make that stupid mistakes. I need to practice more. Of course. And I need to learn those skips properly before I can like shave much more off from my time.
Are making way for me.
I love this music.
Sweet home. I see your star. You left.
Let's not walk to that invisible wall again.
Mother, I'm here.
Finally.
Eyes open wide.
Kid's probably dealt with Zolf by now. He reminds me of myself when I was his age. I ever tell you about those days?
Nope, I don't want to hear. You can tell it to me after we save the Bastion. I only like destroyed the Bastion once. Like I know it's faster to leave Zolf and just run through with the ram. But the only time I destroyed the Bastion, I did
Come on,
once.
that ain't funny. I say get up.
I mean, return back time. I did
That's
once
more
to
like
get the achievement.
Now, set that shard into the monument there. Then we'll talk. The Bastion. It's finally finished.
Yay.
Now, there's something I want you to see.
Oh, not 110. I should have like just left Zolf Oh, he killed me.
Welcome
He killed my
to the
time.
heart of the Bastion. I
Why
ain't
did
one for
Sean
long
kill my
goodbyes. So
time?
here's the deal. Zia and I figure you done the heavy lifting, so you get to do the honors. We can tell you how to work this thing if you got any questions. Good to see you.
You made it.
$109.54. Self didn't kill my time after all.
Mother. And here I figured you'd had enough of me by now.
That's still 10 minutes out of my
You could
target.
have undone the calamity itself,
Yeah,
but instead
I
you
can
wanna
get like
stay
3 or 4 minutes out of that
in a world
just
like
by
this.
like doing things better. But I need to learn the skips before I can get
I
to 1
gotta
hour.
admit, kid, I ain't yet put much thought in that idea. But carrying
So yeah, thanks.
on with you here,
We'll see you guys later.
we can't go back no